Alright, it's been a couple weeks. I think it's time for a patch update. We got a few things to talk about here, so yeah, let's get into it. Alright, here's 2054 number one. So not a whole lot of progress on this. It's just acting like it doesn't want to grow, but the plant's still alive. I think it's just going to take more time to get it going. There's been some chilly nights. So it's possible the growth has just been stunted due to that. So one of the things that concerns me though is this legginess of the stem here, which that's always been with this plant and actually the other one too an issue for me, and just how kind of flippy and floppy it is down there. It could be a problem. I don't know. And then we've got the leaves aren't getting really big yet. It's basically just not growing that well, and I don't know why. I don't think there's anything wrong with the dirt, but I don't know. That's just how it goes, I guess. Over here, of course, in the pot, oh, more wind. I'll block it with my body. Over here in the pot, of course, that's a 2054 backup. And I think we're going to use this, and I will show you why. Anyway, this is where 2493 was, and now it's on the ground. I came out here this morning. This was not my doing. I came out here this morning and noticed the stem completely disconnected from the base there. So I dug in the hole a little bit. There's no voles. It doesn't seem like an animal did this. It's almost as if the stem went rotten here at the base, and just the wind just took it and flicked it off. So yeah, so much for 2493. That other 2054 is going to be taking its place. Now, so we'll do that today, later this evening. It's cloudy today though, so I guess it wouldn't be too bad to transplant it. And I don't think there's going to be a lot of shock because it's been outside anyway, so I think it'll be fine. Let's take a look at the other plant. All right, here's 2054 number two. Looking a little strange here. These plants can develop all sorts of weird problems. It's kind of funny. This looks like it needs water, but obviously I've already watered here today. So I don't know. And then the grow tip isn't really going anywhere. It almost looks like it wants to flat vine, which is where the leaves will grow directly across from each other instead of offsetting. Now, as far as I know, there's not really been a viable giant pumpkin grown on a vine like that. And the other thing is, they've also been known to actually grow out of it. So you might have a flat vine for a few nodes, and then after that it straightens itself out. So yeah, I don't know about this one either. Again, the stem is very long. It was leggy. It's kind of cantalouping there too. So that could be an issue for its growth. And yeah, it's just very concerning. It's been out here for a long time and just hasn't done very much. So it's a little discouraging, but I also have to remember we're not even quite to the middle of May yet. So there's still time. So here's my plan right now. We're obviously going to take the healthy 2054 backup seedling and put that right there. But I think on top of that, I'm going to start a couple more backups. It's May 12th, by the way. Start a couple more backups actually out here. We're not going to start them inside. We're past the point where starting inside is necessary. We'll start them here. Now, something that it's when you start them at that point. Of course, everybody says it's too late. There's no chance. It's actually not true. There is still a chance to get a substantially large pumpkin. I don't know about 2,000 pounds, but it still might be possible, because if you think about it, a lot of 2,000-pound pumpkins have been pollinated in July. And oh, there comes the wind. And one thing to keep in mind is a lot of the biggest pumpkins, of course, are grown around 45 degrees latitude, 45th parallel, they say. And so that's further north of here, and of course it's going to be colder. So of course they have to start their seeds inside in order to have enough time to be outside to really get a big pumpkin. I'm in Indiana. We're south of that. Our summers stay warmer a little bit longer. So I'm of the belief that there is enough time, here anyway, to get a fairly large pumpkin, even if you wait until Mother's Day to plant it. Obviously, being ahead helps, but obviously in my case, I wasn't able to successfully get ahead because my plants have stunted here, and they may or may not even continue to grow. So we're actually going to put a backup on the opposite side of this plant. We're going to start another one over here, and then we'll let it grow, and then we'll call one of them if and when the time comes. We'll just see which one's going to be more viable. If these continue to grow, these established ones, and we get pollination, then great, no problem. I think the decision will be made before pollination time, though. So I'm not afraid to pollinate in July, because the other thing to think about is there's a time of year where these pumpkins seem to grow the fastest. Not the plant, but the pumpkin itself. And that seems to be in July. If you pollinate in July, I'm going to guess that the early stages of growth for that pumpkin are going to be very fast. Whereas if you pollinate in June, at least around here, it seems like, okay, it's great. But then at the same time, it still doesn't really start to pick up speed until July. So even if you start later, it seems like because of when the most rapid growth occurs, it almost doesn't matter because the rate of progress seems to even itself out. Again, we're talking. It seems everyone wants to base their method on what everyone on the 45th parallel is doing, and you can't really do that if you don't live there. We're south of that, so I think we can assume warmer days, much warmer, in fact, in September. And probably, rapid growth at that time too. So I'm hopeful that will be the case. So we're going to get 3 backups growing, and it will not be 2054. For one thing, I don't think I have enough of those. For another thing, I have some other pretty good seeds. I'll take a look at all my seeds and see which ones I want to put in the ground for backups. All right, now back in the house. So here's what I've decided. Well, first of all, these are 2 field pumpkin seeds we'll be planting out there. So for my direct seed backups, opposite the current plants, we'll go with 1739, which did really well for me 2 years ago. 1840 and a half Casper. It says it grew a 1,500 pounder, and it came from the former world record. So that should be pretty good. And then, of course, it gives me opportunity to try 746 again. So anyway, I'll plant those in the ground, directly in the ground. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. This evening, we'll get the other 54 backup transplanted. And I'm going to probably work on getting some of the flowers planted around the border. So that's my plan, and we'll come back with another update later.